So the next one is poor execution. Implementing an idea is much more important than the idea itself, and I don't know if small business people get that.
Yeah, and I think that translates for me, the word that I always got drilled into me was focus. And that you can try to do too many things.
That would be your middle name, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you for a few years. You do that well. You really can stay focused on a program more than any guy I know.
So focus on a few things and do them well.
Yep. Okay. Next one. An inadequate business plan, a poor business plan. It's interesting for me. I would just say, do you have one?
Right. Well, and it's interesting because a lot of startups don't even start with that foundational. So it's really two things, having a sound business plan as well as having a good financial plan and a budget, if you will. And the business plan, there's enough stuff on the internet that you can get templates to start building from. But if you're going to go out and look for investors or, again, stay focused, to understand your market plan within that, to understand your financial plan within that, to understand your service, your management team, all those things get laid out. And they can be done at different levels. I've actually done strategic business plans and strategic systems plans for large corporations. That's part of what my company used to do. But even if you do it on the back of a napkin, document it because it gives you a course and a direction to stay to.
Well, this is interesting because, I'm the guy, School of Hard Knocks. I'm the guy that, don't have a lot of education, just kept beating my head up against a wall till I found the door, and then walked through it, right? Well, but this is one that has changed. Because of the internet, you can gather all of the information you need. And because of all of the IT stuff that's out there, the future of any business is changing in a way that you have to do your research and continue to do research moving forward. So if you don't do this well at the beginning, the odds of you succeeding, and I wouldn't have said this, 10 years ago, but now it is so important.
And the business plan, my mantra is it's about balance. You can write it in a half hour and probably get you headed in the right direction. You've also seen companies that take 6 months. Well, it's already moved on and changed. So it's finding, again, the balance of what's the right level of detail.
See, that's why I love you, because you really do get this. And I tell people this all the time. When it comes to small business, if you take too much time trying to make a decision, the question changed.
Sure. Well, and the other document that's really important in conjunction with the business plan, typically, if you're doing LLCs and other things, is your operating agreement. Don't want to forget that. It's a very important document.
Absolutely. Okay, here we go. Another one. Failing to change with the times. Well, we kind of touched on that, but if you're not educating yourself and trying to improve yourself, man, you should not be self-employed.
Well, hopefully, you get that. As an entrepreneur, you're always being creative, always innovating, always moving. Because if you're standing still, they're moving past you.
If you're standing still, they're moving past you. Okay, next one. Ineffective marketing. I mean, I'm going to add to this, which is you have to be measuring that marketing. Because if you're measuring, it's not working and you're going to stop doing it. Only guy that continues to do something that doesn't win, it's ineffective, is somebody that's not measuring.
And marketing takes on many different aspects, whether that's, and you've got to figure out what's going to work in your type of product or service. Is it going to be direct sales? Are you going to use reps, if you will? Are you going to go online? Are you going to be able to advertise? Where are you going to do that? And even the advertising media. I mean, there's Facebook ads now that will target markets. But the whole micro-targeting is another concept for even the small business owners to investigate, understand, and figure out how to bring that into your business so you can bring your message to the specific constituency, if you will, or specific customer that will be most likely to be interested in your product or service.
Yeah, I call it know your buyer profile, and that kind of goes back to number 5, which is, a poor location choice, and that is you've got to know your demographics. You've got to know who you're after.
And the other one for the sales guys, when you've got salespeople out there in the field calling on prospects and clients, is you got to be careful of having the sales guy that wants to keep calling on the guys that will set up meetings, and they're nice guys, but they just never buy anything. You got to figure out when to cut the cord and say, time to move on. Thank you. We'll grab pizza and beer next Saturday, but I've got work to do and sales to make.
It's funny because I tell my clients all the time, there's 2 things I really want to hear, and I really want to hear them fast. Yes or no. No, thank you. If you're not interested, tell me now, man. Don't burn up 2 weeks of my time to tell me you're not interested in something. I'm going to move on.
Well, here's a little inside tip I learned a long time ago selling when I worked at IBM as a marketing rep. Once you also get the order, finish the meeting and go away. Don't give them an opportunity to unsell or unclose the deal.
Got it. Okay. This is the last one on this particular sheet now, you understand. We can add if you want to, and I know you're the kind of guy that's going to want to add, but number 10 on this list, underestimating the competition.
Yeah, my dad used to tell me there's nothing better for your business than competition because it keeps you on the toes and makes sure that you're looking at all aspects of your business. And I think with our guest, that'll be another thing to talk about because he's in an industry that actually is very competitive. So it'll be a good thing to address with Jim when he's with us.
Absolutely. This article, Top 10 Reasons Why Small Businesses Fail, I pulled it up from allbusiness.com. I thought it was a pretty decent article. You want to add anything to this, or do you think they covered it?
No, well, they do. Those are great things. But I tell you, who you select to work around you, your hires, I mean, there's nothing more important than people because at the end of the day, it's the people that are going to make your company. No matter how good the service is or how good the product is, it's those people that are that face with the customers that are going to make or break you, as well as small startups tend to be, you're working with your best friend, you're working with your brother, and you can't let those personal relationships interfere with making good business decisions.